Yee! This is it. This is everything. Whatever's appearing to happen is it. Is everything. Everything. And nothing exists beyond it or outside of it. It's just this. It's eternal. It's free. It's wild. It can appear as anything, like infinite potential. It's just everything. Literally every thought, every doubt, every worry, every sound, every sensation, happiness, sadness, everything, anything that arises is it, is what you're looking for. The looking for it appears to hide it because the looking for it is freedom, looking for freedom, which can seem to perpetuate it like a hamster wheel. But there can be a sudden recognition that even the looking is it. Even the seeking is freedom. Everything is. It's all inclusive. It's a magical love story for no one. It's so sweet and beautiful. And no intentions, no purpose, no meaning. Meaning was the veil. Meaning was the unknown trying to know itself, which is so adorable and beautiful and innocent. And that's already freedom, too. The veil is freedom. The trying to know itself is freedom. Freedom trying to know freedom. And when you're looking for it, you can't find it because the looking hides it. But then there's the recognition that even the looking is it. And then boom, there's no resistance. And it's seen that it's been everything. Always. It always is everything. There is no non-duality because even duality is non-duality. It's the absolute relative. One, the same. One, singular. No separation. There never can be separation. You can't get outside of everything to be separate. This is just an appearance, and it's not even happening. And no one can know that. It just is. Once the looking stops, it's revealed that it's everything. It doesn't need to be found. It's already free. Already total freedom. Everything is freedom. Even all the shit you hated or resisted, that's it. That's it. It's a homecoming. It's bringing everything home, and no one's doing it. There's no free will choice to do that. It just happens, and it's seen or recognized by no one that it's everything. It's singular. Whatever is appearing to happen is singular. No past. Nothing happened before this. There's no story about it. There's no outside of it. There was no beginning of it, no end. No birth, no death. No one to die. And in the story, you could say the appearance of resistance in the story. This is just make-believe because the past didn't happen and you were never born, but just to kind of conceptualize a little bit or point to what can't be pointed to. As a baby, everything was seen as it is, no separation. Just immediately whatever's happening, immediate. Hunger appears, disappears, no clinging to it, no identification with it. It's not I am hungry, it's just singular, hunger. Then, crying happens, singular crying. No meaning to it, no why. The question why only arises when there's the illusion of separation and the illusion of meaning, which isn't real. And so everything's just pure, immediate, innocent play. It's playful. It has no meaning. Just like a little kid on the playground. If you walked up to the little kid and asked them, "Why are you playing?" I don't know. I don't know why. There's no why. There's no meaning. That's why. There's no fucking meaning. It's play. It's not serious. It's fun. So, apparently, in the story that didn't happen, there might have arisen a sudden self-consciousness or subject-object dream of I am separate and there's a world out there, which is just in the story the beginning of the mind abstracting other. So all there is what's appearing singular in the mind, which is just impersonal, spontaneous thoughts arising as nothing, can imagine other stuff. Like, for example, the child is sitting in the room before abstraction, and there's nothing beyond the walls. There's no world out there. The dream of I am is the resistance to what is, and the resistance to resistance, which is what people call the me, which didn't really happen. It's an illusion. It didn't happen. It never happened. It can't happen. You can't get separate. But it seemed to be a subject-object perspective. And then the child's like, that's my mother. This is my body. These are my thoughts, which separates you from it. Or appears to. It's not really happening. Because all it is just impersonal appearances arising from nothing as nothing. So the mom is just a body that's empty, appearing to walk into a room, which is singular. The body is singular. And then random responses or words can be heard, or sounds come out of the mouth, and it's very simple. It's very literal. That's it. But the mind, the apparent identification with the mind, or this is happening to me, which is the I am illusion, can make it appear that there's a mom, which all that is just an idea believed to be real, which is meaning and purpose is a prison that you keep freedom in, and it's the veil. The meaning is the veil, the unknown appearing to try to know itself is the veil, which doesn't really exist because the past didn't happen. None of this happened. And this isn't even happening. All there is just boundless freedom appearing as a head talking, appearing as looking at a screen, which is everything. But the life story is, and I love the analogy of a movie projector, because before the abstraction, there's just single frames in the projector. Singular, singular, singular. And which is constantly being deleted because it's not really happening. So it's just like energy arising as nothing, appearing as something, disappearing. And so that's the nature of this appearance. So, but the mind, the identification with the mind of this is my thoughts, this is my body, me versus the world, abstracts and this, what's appearing to happen, which is singular, immediate, intimate. There's no subject object. There's no one seeing this video. It's just being. Singular. It's being. It's seeing. Singular. It's appearance. Singular. Head talking. Singular. So that's the still frame. And then what the mind does is it grasps it. It holds on to it. It velcros itself into, and it stores it in a library called memory of the past, because it thinks it really happened. It thinks this is really happening, which is not. So it glues onto the appearance that's just appearing and disappearing, storing it, cataloging it into a box called the past memory, that this happened to me. And that is the appearance of gluing the single frames together and making a movie called My Life. And none of that happened. There can be a sudden recognition that none of it happened. None of it's, all there is this, and this is timeless, this is eternal. The past never happened. You can't even prove that yesterday happened. You can't even prove that 5 seconds ago happened. Everything is just appearing, disappearing. It's emptiness. It's emptiness appearing as fullness. It's nothing appearing as everything. So there can just be this sudden obviousness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That whole life that I thought was mine, was my life, was just a fucking idea. It was just a story. It never happened. Oh my gosh, it's so literal. It's just this. It's looking at a screen. It's hearing sounds come out of a mouth. Oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. How obvious it and literal it is. It's so simple. It's so freaking simple. And when it's recognized, it's seen that it always has been that, even in the story. It was always just this. This is eternal. This cannot die. This was never born. This is not personal. This is emptiness, spaciousness, aliveness, appearing, disappearing, appearing as everything. As everything, like spontaneously appearing a bunny. It's not me looking at a bunny, it's just immediately bunny. It's intimate. It's intimate. It's being bunny. Seeing, you could say seeing is being. There's no one seeing. It's not like my sight or my sense of eyesight. There's no one in the body, there's no one behind the eyes. There's not even a body. Seeing is being. So whatever is arising is it, is everything. This is it, this is everything. Just like in quantum physics, like backs up all of this. It's like standing at a park, there's nothing outside of the horizon line. It's very literal. There's nothing else. This is it. This is everything. And the dream of there's something else, there's something other, there's something beyond is the veil. That's the freedom looking for freedom, which it can never find because it's all there is. It's hiding in plain sight by being everything that's appearing. It's so literal. It's so literal. It's like too simple for the mind, because the imaginary mind wants it to be something huge, like an explosion or like samadhi or some elevated state. It's not that. That's resistance to what is, which hides it. It's everything. It's whatever's appearing. It's this. It's that. It's this. Whatever's appearing. That's everything. Nothing else. That's nothing appearing is everything. And it didn't happen because this isn't happening. There is no why because there is no because. There's no cause for being. It just is. It's wild. It can't be known. You are the unknown, so you can't know it. You can't get outside to know. You are nothing, being everything. Whatever's appearing. And it's not real. It's singular, so it can't be real. There'd have to be two for it to be real. It's not taken seriously. It's play. It's fun. There's literally no past, so there's no consequence. There's no cause and effect. Nothing affects anything else. One appearance does not affect whatever is appearing, because there's no cause and effect. There's no past. There's no responsibility. Total freedom. There's no one. There's no one to be responsible. There's no separation. There's no right or wrong. There's no good and bad. There's no opposites. It's singular. The opposites were the abstraction of the mind, imagining other. For example, hot is hot. Singular. That's everything. That's everything. Nothing else. But the mind can abstract cold and compare it to cold. And that's the duality. That's the polarities. Which is beautiful. It's just freedom appearing as two. It's fun. It's a magic trick. But it just can be recognized that it's singular. Single frames in the projector. Single. Not frames, plural, frame. Single frame. Nothing else. But this. Nothing else needs to be. This is everything. It's so fulfilled and complete. It doesn't need to know itself. It doesn't need to wake up from the dream, because everything's freedom. Even the illusion of separation is freedom. For this, it was seeing that which can't be done by anyone. It's just spontaneously appears. The sudden recognition that the me is it. The me is it. What was appearing to happen was the resistance to the me. And what you resist persists. It's the hamster wheel. Because it's freedom resisting freedom. It's already free. So once it was seen that even the resistance is freedom. Resistance is separation. So even separation was not separate. Literally. Separation is everything. It's the whole. It's freedom appearing as separation. And freedom cannot be separate. That's just an appearance. It can appear as anything. Because it's boundless and it's free. It can be anything. It's like infinite potential. So once it was very obvious that even the me, what I was resisting, is it. Every word is it. Every thought is it. The thought, that can't be it. This isn't it. I don't feel it. I don't feel it yet. It's got to feel a certain way. Even that is it. That is freedom. That is freedom. That's freedom saying, this can't be it. That's freedom saying, it's got to be something else. It's got to feel free. That's freedom saying that. That's freedom. Appearing as a thought or appearing as a doubt. It's everything. You literally cannot escape freedom. It's every sound. It's every sensation. It's everything. It's being everything. And once it was seen by no one, that even the doubt that this isn't it is it, and even the longing for it or for something to shift or change is it. It was just game over. It was like there was no more resistance, because even resistance came home, to put it into story words. Resistance is always home. Everything's home already. Everything's freedom already. There's nothing to get rid of. It was very obvious that there never has been a me. There never has been a life story. It's just emptiness appearing as this. No past, no time. The resistance, which appeared to be separating it, was recognized that the separation is not separate. Separation is wholeness appearing as separation. So then it's like a slingshot where you're pulling it back so tight because the resistance is so hardcore. And then right when there was this recognition that even the resistance is it, even the me that I've been resisting is it already, that you can't become what already is, because you are everything. And you can't get outside of everything to become something else. So there is no liberation to become or attain. It's literally this already. Whatever is being sensed, whatever is being heard, felt, whatever is seen, looking at a screen, that's it. Already! Ah! It's inescapable. You can't even run from it. And it was so cute because the me, I just wanted to squeeze the me's cheeks, because apparently in the story, when it was recognized, which never happened because the past isn't real, it's just this, but just for fun to conceptualize or describe, there was that total obviousness that there never has been a story, there never has been a me. It's just this empty fullness, emptiness that is eternal, and silent sounding, stillness appearing to move, whatever. Just, it was everything, which is nothing. It was like nothing, seeing nothing. And it was just so obvious there had never been a me, or that was just an idea, a story, that it felt like jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. There was nothing to hold on to. And so the mind, the sweet little, what I called the mind before, which is just spontaneous thoughts arising as nothing, as everything. Impersonally, it's not my thoughts, it's just random words arising as nothing. But the thought arose of, oh my gosh, worry about something, find a problem to solve. And that was when it was just game over. It was like, no, that is hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. There never has been a me. It's so obvious. So then there's no resistance to it, because what you resist persists. There's no more resistance. Everything is literally home. Home sweet home already. It's total freedom already. The resistance in the story, resistance came home, me came home, everything resisted came home. Boom! It was like a non-event. I don't want to exaggerate, make it sound like an explosion, but it would, just to word it, it's like everything got married. all the opposites collapsed. All the beliefs, all the concepts, because there is no meaning. Meaning is not even logical. Knowledge is not logical. Just, it can go unquestioned sometimes, which is not, it's freedom. It's freedom appearing as thinking it knows something, which is basically just an assumption. It's not solid. It's not permanent. It varies from body to body. Meaning varies, and it appears and disappears, just like everything that's nothing. It's nothing appearing as meaning, which is not truth or fact or answer, because there is no answer. No one knows anything. No one has ever known anything. It was just an assumption that is subject to change. It is malleable and transient, just like everything appearing. It's like an apparition. So it can be very obvious that there is no meaning. And then it can appear that the concepts and the beliefs just crumble, because that is what was holding up seemingly together was the meaning. And the meaning is the veil, which I think is really cool, that the beginning of meaning is me in the word, which is just resistance to what is. Meaning is resistance to what is. Meaning and purpose is a prison that you kept freedom in. And once the meaning's gone, it's like the cage is open. It's like, it's done. Now there's no resistance to anything, so it's like whatever's appearing to happen is just free to be. It's free to be, because it's everything. It's the beloved, it's the divine appearing as a magic show. It's not really happening. There's no longer fear about it or being scared of it. It's not taken personally, because there is no person, there is no one. There already is no one. You can't even find a me or a person if you try to. It just is. It already is total freedom. And it's total chaos. Like the single frames of the projector, the mind, the appearance of the mind was filling in the gaps, which was the illusion of linear time, which is the illusion of the movie, the dream. There's no glue holding on to what's appearing to happen. It's just alive, immediate, intimate, transient, no separation. Disappearing before you can even try to grasp it. It's not even happening. It can just become more and more obvious. It's just, and it didn't happen. No one woke up. There was no dream. There is no past. It never happened. There never was seeking. There never was longing. All there is total boundless freedom. This is just an appearance. It's not even happening. It's wild. It's wild. Wild to be chaotic. Wild and free. So even every emotion is buck wild and uninhibited, because there's no more apparent filter or holding back or resistance. So it's just like, ah! Like sudden anger, like a baby, like throwing a tantrum, and then it disappears. It's over. There was no identification with it. It just appeared and disappeared. It wasn't mine, you know. So the character can be free. It's free to play. It's free to be annoyed. It's free to be sad. It's free to be whatever. Happy, joyful. All the sensations and feelings are free. And they can almost appear as a little more amplified, you know, because the veil that didn't happen seemed to make everything like half alive. So this is just full on freedom. Everything's free. Everything's free to just be. Even anger, even like, and it's just spontaneous. Non-duality includes fighting, a fight. That's unconditional love. Unconditional love includes everything that's appearing to happen. It's not appearing for anyone. It's not happening to anyone. It's one boundless energy appearing, disappearing. No one's doing it. You are nothing. You don't exist. That's freedom. You don't exist. That is freedom. If this was real, this would not be free. And it would be a shit show. That would be doomed. It was all imagined. It's not real. Yes, it's already free. There's nothing but freedom for no one. And no one gets free. It just always is. It just already is. It's just this. This is freedom. This. Nothing happened before this. This isn't even happening. It's a magic show for no one. It's a magic show that no one's watching. No one's experiencing. There never has been an experiencer. There never was a past. There's no moving in time. There's no time. It's just this, and this is eternal. This can't die. It was never born. It's so wild. It's so wild. And literal. It's like too simple. It's too simple and literal. And it's going nowhere. There's no purpose. There's no making your life better. There is no one living a life. That's where it appears to hide. That is the beloved playing hide and seek with itself. And then there's the recognition that this is it. This is everything. And this isn't real. It's empty, but it's full of aliveness. It's just aliveness. It's nothing speaking, it's nothing hearing, it's no one seeing this. No one to be free. If anything in the story, it's a loss, it's a death. With that sudden recognition that, oh my God, my whole life was a fucking idea or an imaginary concept or story. It's not, it did not happen. That's the death, that's the loss. It's like a death of a story that didn't even happen. Even the recognition that the death of the story was recognized did not even happen. It's just energy. Energy, formless, spaciousness, aliveness, isness, thisness, wild, boundless, whatever's appearing to happen is it. There's not, I am seeing a tree. There's just tree. Seeing, you could say seeing is being tree, immediate, intimate. No separation, there's no subject, object. There never has been. There can't be. There can't be a subject, there can't be an object. Because you can't get outside of everything to do that. There's no one in the body. There's no one that needs to get free. Thinking that it's going to be an event that you're waiting for is just freedom waiting for freedom, and it's the hamster wheel. Freedom is the waiting. It's hilarious. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It is a love story. Oh, it's so sweet. Freedom waiting for itself as already being free. No time, so no future to become free. Can't become anything. Freedom can't become free. It's already free. Yay! It's a comedy. It's so beautiful. There's spontaneous laughing attacks that happen to this. It's so wonderful. Yay, I love you. I love you. I love you. You're no one. You don't exist already. And there will be a link in the description of this video if you want to book a one-on-one Zoom to chat. Or you can call on the website. And then there's a Patreon too for apparently group Zooms. So if you want to join that, or you want to sign up for one-on-one or both or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all freedom. It's all perfect. It's freedom signing up for a Zoom call. Yes, this is it. This is it. This is it. Mwah.